go to Xavier Von Erck. And again, you are the Director of Operations for Perverted Justice, and you are a legendary figure because you have caught so many of these creeps over the years. What are the red flags that can indicate an email is from a predator?
Well, the red flags in any kind of situation where your teen or your preteen is being contacted online is that you have an older person or just a person who's incredibly too interested in your child. It doesn't matter if they're 30 or if they say they're 13. If somebody is really interested in pushing for personal information, that should throw up every red flag in your book.
Well, let me just say this. I get these crazy solicitations, as we all do, for money. And there's always like a hallmark. First of all, they use things like sir or madam. And then they always talk about some crazy island somewhere in the Caribbean, like, I don't know. There are certain patterns. As soon as I see these, they're usually referred to money in pounds, not in U.S. dollars. I immediately delete them and realize that this is from some scammer trying to get me involved in some pyramid scheme. Are there hallmarks, anybody on our panel, that would indicate to somebody who's surfing the web, I'm dealing with a predator, as opposed to a 13-year-old girl named Sarah?
Yeah, Jane, there are hallmarks. There are 10 different categories of sexual predator ploys, and they appeal to different kids. And it will use one of those. In this case, you could be a model. They may offer you gifts. They may offer you something that you wouldn't have on your own. You have to track those. And sometimes the kids know they're talking to an adult. Sometimes they don't. We need to recognize that there are two major categories, but all of our kids are potential victims.
But what do the parents do? I mean, this is what I don't understand. I personally am not a parent myself, and when I cover stories like this, I kind of breathe a sigh of relief because you know, especially with teenagers, they don't want you just looking over your shoulder at everything they're typing. They really resent it. The whole development that occurs in puberty is that they want their privacy. They want to individuate. They want to say that they're different from you, mom and dad. Leave me alone. Shut the door. Privacy sign. How are you supposed to get in there, Perry, and figure out that they're communicating with a predator and stop it?
Well, if our kids are at risk and we know who they are, we need to really have that communication with them, keep an eye on it, and make sure that they're not online all the time. Take their cell phone, stick it in your drawer at night, and keep an eye on what they're doing online and offline.
Well, how do you do that? I mean, listen, if I have the passwords to somebody's Yahoo account or their Gmail, when they're at school, I could go on and figure it out. Are you suggesting demand the passwords for your kids' email accounts so that you can see what they're doing?
If they're under a certain age, absolutely. And there's software that you can get for a cell phone or the computer that'll get it for you and let you know who's talking to your kids, who they're talking to. There's even a new product that Taser came out with that will do that on a cell phone, capture all of the communications. But you only need that if you think your kids are at risk. Most of the time, it's common sense, letting them know what to be careful about, and keeping an eye on what they're doing.
All right, next, more on the dangers of online predators. Every parent needs to get this information. And a vicious